Afton. My name is Tiffany, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. So most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. And sometimes the only hesitation they have when hiring someone is they don't know who an expert is and who isn't. I have found that by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, "Hey Tiffany, I like you, can you please come do this for me?" So if by the end of this video you've liked what you heard and you can see that I have a lot of tips and tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I gave you and do it yourself, that works for me too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the 3 things I want to cover today are content, citations, and backlinks. So here's your site. It's really nice and simple. You can see what you do right up front. And one thing I wanted to point out really quick so I don't forget is your site is not secure, and that's a big thing that Google does not like. So that's impacting your site negatively. And so now that we're on your site, the first thing I want to talk about is content, which is basically anything you can see on your site that is highlighted. So it includes your pictures, what the pictures are saved as, and also what's behind the pictures. So I can't click and try and save one of these pictures. So anything that, so say this is just ThinkBox Photography or a name, it would, Google would find it for ThinkBox Photography. And that would be a keyword. So all of these things the search engine can read, and it basically gets an idea of what services you offer and the areas you target. So on average, Google likes a minimum of 1,500 words of content. So the more unique authoritative content you have with enough keywords or key phrases that people use to find that specific service, the better Google knows what you do, which means Google feels better about showing your site. And I know being a photographer, you like to showcase your photos, so that's why we need to put a lot of keywords behind your photos and then some actual content on the page. So as of right now, it's showing that you have 19 words of content on your page. Now, here is one of your competitors. And these guys, you can see that they have a lot more content on their page. You can see a little bit more what they got going on, and their site is secure. And they have around 2,061 words of content. And getting more content on your page than them is totally doable. You can totally beat it. They just put a little bit more effort into their content. Now I'm going to go over here. It's called Ahrefs. This is a little tool I like to call that I pay a few $100 a month for, but essentially it gives me behind the scenes details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. So I ran a quick scan of your competition here, and if I go over here you can see their keywords is 324. If I click on it, it will show me exactly what keywords your competition is ranking for and what your customers are searching for every month. So you can see it's Boise photographers. It has 90 search volume a month, and they're in the 6th position for that one. I don't think you do landscaping, but there's Boise photographer, 30 search volume and 8. And these are just names of like what their photos are labeled as and words that are on their page. Boise family photographer, 70 at 15. So as we keep going down, we can see all of these words. But here, let's go over here and look at your site. So I typed in yours and it only brought up one organic keyword. And think in a box photos. So that's kind of optimizing for your name. So Google doesn't actually really know kind of what you do for sure. So it's not ranking for those keywords because you're not optimized for those other terms. Okay, so you need to add a lot more keywords onto your website, which, comes back to that content, so that Google actually knows what you are doing. So the first thing you need to do to beat your competition is add probably 2,500 words on your homepage, because that's what's driving your competition or your competitor's business, and it's 100% beatable if you get this done. Now check this out. When we Google Boise photographers, we see there's a couple ads here, but here's the thing. So ads can work, but they can also be a money pit. If your foundation or your website isn't dialed in, you have to be careful not to burn your money with Google ads until you know for sure that your website will convert. So let's move on to the second tip I have for you, which is citations. So you might be asking yourself what a citation is, and that's a great question. So citations have a lot to do with this section down here, which is the map area or map pack. So a citation is essentially your business's name, address, and phone number, or NAP, listed in various directories all throughout the web, and that's how Google verifies and gives relevance to your business. So you might be asking yourself, what is a directory and how do I get in those? So to put it simply, it's Yellow Pages, Google Places, Info USA, local pages, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. So any of those places online that allow business owners to add their business details and services within there would be considered like a directory or business directory. So in order to rank higher here on the map packs, you would need to make sure that you're looking at your competition's directory listings and seeing what they're currently being listed in, and you want to try to go out and get yourself listed in there as well. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, great, but how do I do that? Well, it's really simple. We use sites like WhiteSpark or BrightLocal that will tell us exactly what directories your competition is listed on. Then we can literally go down their list and match what directories they're on. But we don't just want to stop there, because we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them online. So if your competitor has, say, 100 citations, we want to get back what they have and then add 50 to 100 more, so it takes them a while to catch back up. So now we've already covered content and citations. The last thing I want to cover is backlinks or link juice. So when we searched for Boise photographers and we scroll down past the map pack, you can see your site isn't number one, but that's where you want to be, and to get there you need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, it all comes down to backlinks, and a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think of it like this. So if you have a site A over here and it's linking to site B, so it's basically holding out a helping hand. Okay, so then site A gives site B some of its link juice, which is kind of like a vote of confidence, and in Google's eyes, this is passing authority. And the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So let me give you an example. If you get a local blog or industry site linking back to you, then that's great. But you're a photographer and you get a backlink from Domino's linking to you, that's not so great, and that's because you don't sell pizza. So if we go back to your site, you have 0 backlinks. And so we need to really work on getting other sites linking back to you to show you relevance on Google. Now we're going to go look at one of your competitors' sites. You can see they have 97 backlinks. So once again, how do we get these? Well, with Ahrefs, we can see exactly which sites are linked to them, and we can go get those same links for your business. So we can scroll down here and see that all of these are backlinks. So we just want to go down and see what relevant ones you want and start going after them. But just like citations, you don't just want to stop at the backlinks that they have. You want to get what they have plus add some more. So getting you to the top isn't magic, it's just a method, and I've shown you that method today. That's pretty much it. I hope this I hope this video has been educational for you. You can either go with this information I provided you today and do this on your own, and I am completely good with that. However, if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself the time, you can give me a call at 208-598-4501. Once again, my name is Tiffany, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have yourself a wonderful day.